वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यगौरी समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः।
धन्यवादः महोदय। इदानीं कक्षा आरम्भं कुर्मः। अग्रिमकक्षा नो चेत् तस्मात् अनन्तरं सन्धिकार्यं पठितुम् आरम्भं करिष्यामः वयं सर्वे। तत्र यदा आरम्भं कुर्मः प्रथमतया माहेश्वरसूत्राणि इति एकः विषयः अस्ति। तत्र प्रत्याहाराः इति भवन्ति। प्रत्याहार उपयुज्य एव तत्र सूत्राणां रचनम् अभवत्। तु प्रथमतया कथं व्याकरणस्य आरम्भम् अभवत् पूर्वतनकाले इत्युक्ते प्रथमतया ते अष्टाध्यायी इति पाठः सम्पूर्णतया ते किं कुर्वन्ति, कण्ठस्थीकुर्वन्ति। तत्समयं कण्ठस्थीकुर्वन्ति स्म। तदनन्तरमेव व्याकरणस्य पठनम् आरम्भम् अभवत्। अस्माकम् इदानीं तादृशं न कर्तुं शक्नुमः, समयः अपि नास्ति तादृशम्। इदानीं वयं यदि लघु बालिकाः बालकाः स्मः चेत् तादृशं कर्तुं शक्नुमः, परन्तु इदानीम् अस्माकं समीपे तु बहवः उत्तरदायित्वानि सन्ति, तादृशं तु न कर्तुं शक्नुमः खलु। तु केवलम् इदानीं माहेश्वरसूत्राणि तः आरम्भं कुर्मः चेत् तत्तु कण्ठस्थी करणीयम् एव। For any sort of Vyakaranam knowledge, we should know our Maheshwara Sutrani. So from next class, what I'll do is I'll put up a slide with the Maheshwarani Sutrani, and someone for the first two or three classes, someone will repeat after me, and then after that, someone will do one each, and they can all do the Maheshwarani Sutrani at the beginning of the class after the Prarthana Shlokam. So just letting you know in case you want to look it up before, so that will help us with our Sandhi Karyam. Tadeva. So Prathamataya kutra arambham kurmah. Where did we leave off class last time? Rajshri Mahoday, vadatu.
I think aham चिन्तयामि अन्वयः श्लोकानाम् अन्वयम्
आम् तत्र वयं कृतवन्तः खलु। सुभाषितम् एकम् आसीत्, तत्र कृतवन्तः वयं किञ्चित् दासायते इति एकं क्रियापदम् आसीत्। तत्र किञ्चित्
आशायस्य दासी,
आम् आम् तत् कृतवन्तः। तदनन्तरं वयं संख्यावाचकशब्दाः इति पाठम् अपि आरब्धवन्तः। ततः इदानीं वयं पठनम् आरम्भं कुर्मः। तु संख्या इति किं जानन्ति भवन्तः सर्वे? संख्या इत्युक्ते संख्या इति तत्र केवलम् अव्ययपदमस्ति वा, किम् अस्ति, कथं भवति? What have you used it in sentences before? किं जानन्ति इदानीं वयं सर्वे? गतसप्ताहे अपि दृष्टवन्तः, एकां कथाम् अपि दृष्टवन्तः। तत्र anybody want to give me some idea of what you understood about Sankhya? Priya Mahoday.
It can also be a visheshanam, like ekah balakah asti, eka balika asti.
Uttamam. So it is a visheshana padam. It can be used as a visheshanam, and when it is used as a visheshanam, that means it is there trilingeshu api bhavitum arhati. Vibhakti rupani api sarvam bhavati eva tatra. तो यदि वयं पश्यामः, एकनिमिषम् अहं स्क्रीन् शेर् करोमि। यदि पश्यामः चेत् एकनिमिषं, कथा एतस्यां कथायाम् अहं शीघ्रतया एकवारं पठामि, यतः वयं पठितवन्तः एव। तु एकस्मिन् ग्रामे एकः ग्रामः आसीत्। तु तस्मिन् एकस्मिन् ग्रामे 4 बालकाः आसन्। एकः द्वौ त्रयः चत्वारः 4 बालकाः, एकः बालकः, द्वौ बालकौ त्रयः बालकाः चत्वारः बालकाः तु चत्वारः बालकाः आसन् प्रति एकः तत्र एकं सन्धिकार्यम् अभवत् प्रति एकः प्रत्येकः प्रति एकः बालकः द्वे पुस्तके क्रीतवान् सो एव्री बॉय ईच एंड एव्री बॉय द्वे पुस्तके क्रीतवान् सो देयर द द्वे पुस्तके इति कर्मपदमेव द्वे पुस्तके क्रीतवान् यदा ते कक्ष्यायाम् आगतवन्तः द्वौ बालकौ तयोः स्यूतं विस्मृतवन्तौ two boys forgot their bags तो तयोः स्यूतौ एव अध्यापकः तु क्रुधितः कक्ष्यायां सर्वाः तिस्रः बालिकाः तेषां पुस्तकानि विस्मरणेन विना आनीतवत्यः एव so in the class सर्वाः all तिस्रः बालिकाः त्रयः बालकः तिस्रः बालिकाः all the three girls तेषां पुस्तकानि their books विस्मरणेन विना their विस्मरणेन विना is विना इत्युक्ते तत्र विना इति उपपदविभक्ति शब्दः अस्ति what did we learn about vina which vibhaktis can vina take what do we remember manjusha mahoday vina uses with vina we have to use
tritiya vibhakti
tritiya we can also use two others which ones
Dvitiya and Panchami.
then
द्वितीया and panchami so vismaranam vina vismaranena vina vismaranat vina trayamapi samyak tatra so vismaranam iti that is the smaranam that is something called lyut pratyaya so smarati iti asti smrit dhatu iti asti smar va smrit va kopi janati va what is the dhatu in smarati anybody remember all these things are good to do ashtadhyayi.com smarati so what is the dhatu yeah very good smarati iti smr dhatu तो तत्र स्मृ धातु इति अस्ति चेत् स्मरति इति लट् लकारे प्रथमपुरुषे भवति परन्तु यदि you want to make it a noun form that dhatu you take and you add something called the lyut pratyaya we will not learn it here but it is something that happens all the time so lyut pratyaya madhye smarati will become smaranam karoti will become karanam tadrisham so smaranam vismaranam will make it opposite right so without forgetting vismaranena vina anitavatyah eva balika anitavati balikau balike anitavatyau balikaah anitavatyah eva so all three girls brought it there only केवलं बालकाः एतादृशाः इति उक्त्वा पाठयितुम् आरब्धवान् अध्यापकः अस्ति सः किञ्चित् क्रुधितः खलु सो सः किम् उक्तवान् केवलं बालकाः एव एतादृशाः सन्ति इति तो एतादृशाः अपि तत्र विशेषणरूपम् अस्ति तत्र एतादृशाः इति तो बालकाः all the boys are like this एतादृशाः कीदृशाः एतादृशाः इति उक्त्वा आफ्टर सेइंग पाठयितुम् आरब्धवान् अध्यापकः सर्वेषां there was a mistake there I had written sarvanam it is very easy to make mistakes in these cases so I was writing it fast and I wrote sarvanam chaturnam balakanam and that is incorrect it is sarvesham because sarva shabdah is a sarvanama shabda and it is just like the tad shabda tad is tesham khalu in saptami vibhakti saptami bahuvachanam so this should also be sarvesham सर्वेषां चतुर्णां बालकानां दुःखितानि वदनानि दृष्ट्वा सो सः किं दृष्टवान् सः बालकान् दृष्टवान् कति बालकान् चतुरः बालकान् 4 चतुरः इज इन द ऑब्जेक्ट द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचने चतुरः इति भवति चतुरः बालकान् दृष्टवान् चतुर्णां बालकानां वदनानि दृष्टवान् चतुर्णां बालकानां दुःखितानि वदनानि दृष्टवान् सो सः सर्वेषां चतुर्णां बालकानां दुःखितानि वदनानि दृष्ट्वा तदनन्तरं किं कृतवान् तान् बालकान् कति बालकान् चतुरः बालकान् चत्वारः इस् इन् प्रथमा विभक्ति चत्वारः बालकाः चतुरः बालकान् इस् इन् द्वितीया it's only formations we'll go through the formations now so चतुरः तान् चतुरः बालकान् क्षमितवान् Kshamam kritavan, na kshamitavan. Yatah kshamam kritavan iti agachati chet, we talked about it. It was supposed to be in Shashti Vibhakti. Khalu? Because kshamam kritavan ityukte balakanam kshamam kritavan, parantu kshamitavan ityukte tatra dvitiya vibhakti. It is there in the pravesha patha. So tan chaturaha balakan kshamitavan. Now you don't know all these formations of all chatvari, ekah, dve, trini. We have not studied these. So what was this? The point of this? The point of this was to give you an idea about how they decline. Okay, so we'll go forward and now we'll study how to do this. Prathamataya ekam pashyantu sarve. Sankhya-vachaka padani api visheshanani tadeva asti atra. The underlined words are all Sankhya-vachaka padani and they are all used as adjectives. Balakaha santi, chatvaraha balakaha santi. Chatvaraha balakaha santi. Tadrisham. Kakshayam idanim ekam udaharanam asti. Kakshayam ekah balakah asti. Tasya nama Ganeshah iti. So vakyam katham bhavati? Kakshayam Ganesha namna. Namna is what? Naman shabdah. So if you, all these things are there in our Pravesha book. So when you come to class, always bring your Pravesha book because I will tell you the page numbers for these things. So there is, if you don't have it now, that's okay. But from next time, if you can bring it, it will be good. So Nama shabdah iti asti tatra. Oh, who knows the page number, ma? Nama shabdah. Napumsakalinga Nama shabdah. Naman shabdah. Nakarantah. It is on page 208 if you have that English book. So that there it is. Why takaranta? It should be nakaranta napumsakalingaha naman shabdaha. If you look at it in Tritiya Vibhakti, it is namna. Tritiya Vibhakti ekavachanam, it is namna. So Ganesha namna. Ityukte, by that name he is known. Ganesha namna ekaha balakaha asti kakshayam. So you can say the same thing as ekaha balakaha Ganeshaha iti. But here it is said differently. We want to improve our usage of Sanskrit, so we learn all these different ways of saying it. Saha ekaha. Atra pashyantu. Saha ekaha eva sarvani griha karyani prativaram samapayati. Etasmin vakye tu Ganeshah iti namah upayogam eva na kritavantah. Na kritavati aham. Saha ekaha. Saha ekah eva sarvani griha karyani prativaram samapayati. So tatra saha tu Ganeshah iti suchayati. Ekah api Ganeshah eva suchayati. Tatra visheshyam iti padam kim? Visheshyam tu Ganeshah eva. We all know it is Ganesha. It is both saha and ekah are referring to Ganeshah. So even if we leave out saha, ekah eva sarvani griha karyani prativaram samapayati. That ekah over there is not saying one by itself. It's not one hanging by itself. That ekah is pointing to Ganeshah. It is not a sankhya shabdah. It is not a sankhya shabdah. It is what is called.
Does it say that? Do we mean to say that he only?
Ekah eva. The one only. That one only. That one only, but that one is not one as in is a number hanging by itself. That one is pointing to Ganeshah. So now it has a special name. When it's not a number, see, when we are counting, when we are doing hide and seek and all, we go ekam, dve, trini, chatvari. Those numbers are hanging by themselves. Or if we are counting or doing anything else, if I'm counting to my daughter, ekam, dve, trini, samapayatu iti. Tatra we are counting. The numbers, those are sankhyas. But here, this sankhya ekah is not a number by itself. It is pointing to Ganeshah. So when it is pointing to something else, when it is used as a sort of a sarvanama, it takes on a new rupam. It is called now a sankhyeyaha. It is not called a sankhya now. It is called a sankhyeyaha. It is just a name. Okay. So sankhyeyaha ityukte ekah sankhya-vachaka shabdah asti. Tat shabdah tu ekah anya shabdah suchayati. Ekam anyam shabdam suchayati. Okay, it is not by itself, it is pointing to something else, another visheshyam. That's all. That is why it is called Sankhyeyaha. Simple. It's just different ways of naming it. It's not hanging by itself, we're saying it is pointing to something.
Mahoday.
Vadatu?
So here, when we say saha ekaha eva. So he is the only one. That's what it's saying.
Correct. But both saha ekaha are both pointing to Ganeshaha. Kalu.
Correct. That's what. Yeah.
So the Visheshyam there is actually Ganeshaha. We all
Okay.
know that Ganeshaha is there. Kathyayam Ganeshaha asti. Tadanantaram vayam vadamaha saha ekah eva sarvani graha karyani prativaram samapayati. Saha also is pointing towards Ganeshaha. Ekah is also pointing towards Ganeshaha. That ekah is not hanging by itself. It is pointing. That's all.
So when you have a sentence like this and Ganesha is nowhere near that, still we should know from the context.
It is
right?
context. It is context. That is why if you see the RSS books, you know the RSS books that are there?
Yeah.
They have the Prathama Diksha and Dvitiya Diksha. After that Tritiya Diksha onwards, they start with Sankshepa Ramayana, Niti Shatakam, all that. They don't go into teaching Samasa separately, teaching the Chandas separately. They go into the Kavyas because all of those things, and even these things, some of these things have to be understood contextually. They cannot be understood separately by themselves. Why are we doing it like this? Because we want to go through step by step. This is the Western way of learning. Hello. How do we learn in the Western way of learning? We have first standard, they teach these things. Second standard, they teach these things like that. So that's what we are also doing. But when we want to actually understand the whole picture, we have to understand based off of the shlokas, the kavyas and all that. So always, that is why one word has a million meanings in Sanskrit. We cannot understand which meaning it is unless we take the context.
And here also now you introduce namna, right? Which means with name, is it?
By that name. By that name. Tat nama dwara. Through that name, he is known.
Okay.
Iti. Tadeva.
So Sankhya is Visheshanam, is it?
Sankhyayaha is when Sankhya is used as in a Visheshana Rupam. Correct. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. This is all that sort of what, if you don't know the word Sankhyayaha, it's not going to be a big problem. But suppose later you go on and read some Vyakarana Pustakam and it's there, you should know what it is. So it's just Parichayam over here. Okay. Based on that. Okay. So now, any other questions over here? Is everybody okay with it?
Mahoday, just one question. You know, Chaturaha Balakan. So Chaturaha, does it also mean clever? If it is used Chaturaha Balakaha.
Correct. But Chaturaha Balakaha there, what is the Vachanam?
So then it is Prathama Vibhat Balakaha Ekavachanam. So Chaturaha is also like that. Because I got confused. I was saying, how come it is Chaturaha Balakan? Then when you said it is Chaturaha, is okay.
Yes. So that is the other thing. Sometimes the formations are the same. You have to understand contextually. Otherwise, it won't make sense.
Okay.
If you take Chaturaha by itself, it won't make sense. But this Chaturaha is the Visheshanam for Balakan. Balakan is in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. So Chaturaha also has to be in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. That means Chaturaha cannot be clever because Chaturaha in clever is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So hence it cannot be clever. What else can it be? It could be the Chatur Shabdaha, which is in a number, Sankhya Shabdaha, which is in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam, which we haven't learnt yet. But it is there as a, this I used as a tool to explain that it is very easy to get confused.
Yeah.
Okay, it is very easy to get confused with some of these Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha. So this especially these homeworks that are going to be there for the Sankhya, like this coming homework and the next homework and all that, do it as much as possible without referring. And then when you refer and check, make sure that you can understand where the mistakes are. Because when I did it, guaranteed I had mistakes. So, but when I figured out what my mistakes were, my learning improved. If I just read it and did it based off of what was there, I would do it, but then I'd forget. So that is the better way to do it. But guaranteed you will make mistakes in this. I make lots of mistakes in this. If you don't make mistakes in this, I will be your, biggest clapper. So that is there. Okay. So.
Mahodaya, I have a question here. So in the previous slide.
Sorry.
So the Sankhya Visheshanam is always, it doesn't have the Ekavachanam, Bahuvachanam or Dvivachanam. Is it? It's not like that. It's just always.
It is. So if it is a Visheshana Padam, it has to have Yad Lingam, Yad Vachanam, Ya Vibhakti. Correct? It has to have Lingam, Vachanam and Vibhakti. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
But for Sankhya Shabdaha, you have to be careful, because if it is eka, then what is the vachanam?
It will be single. Yeah.
It has to be ekavachanam. If it is the way, it has to be dvivachanam. There can be no other vachanam. If it is Trini, Chatvari, Pancha, all of that, then it will be only Bahuvachanam. Correct. They will have only, the vachanam is constrained based off of the number, but the lingam and the vibhaktis are all present.
Okay.
Okay. The vachanam is constrained because it is a number shabda. It is based off of numbers. That's all. Yes. Good question. Any other questions about this so far? Okay. Now the next bits are all, I can tell you in class, but you have to study on your own also, the different rupani. So tatra, let me just explain the top, the heading over there. So akarantaha pullingaha we know. Akarantaha pullingaha nityam eka vachanantaha eka shabdaha. So it is eka. So that's why the anta is akarantaha. Nityam. Nityam means, what does nityam mean?
Always.
Always. Sarvada. Sarvada eka vachana antaha. It is only with eka vachanam. Okay. Eka vachanantaha. So the endings words, this, when you take the subanta, subantas have so many endings. It has 7 times 3, 21 endings, right? For the supratyayas. So over here it's saying you're only going to take the eka vachana antas. Of all those 21, you're only going to take the eka vachana antas, and then you will form your words. Okay, we don't need that right now, but we should know it is only in eka vachanam. But that's why they're stating it as eka vachana antaha iti. Tatra. Okay, that's where the antaha comes. So akarantaha pullingaha nityam eka vachanantaha eka shabdaha. Ekaha ekam ekena ekasmai ekasmat ekasya ekasmin. Exactly like tad shabdaha.
One question. Sorry. Ekavacha vachana anta, why it's saying it's all beginning ekava, right?
Oh, no. But it is ekavachana. All the subanta, sup pratyahas are there, no? Those 21. So you only take the ekavachana forms. You don't take the dvivachana and the bahuvachana forms.
Oh, that way.
That's all. The pratyaharas, the suffixes. You only take the ekavachana pratyaharas. That's all. Not pratyaharas. And suffixes at the end. Okay, pratyayas. Thank you. So if you look at it, actually it's easier to think about it as kaha. You have kaha, kam, kena, kasmai, kasmat, kasya, kasmin. All you have to do is one a in the beginning. So it follows exactly the kim shabdaha ekavachanam in pullinga. Okay, very simple there. Ekaha. So atra akarantaha napumsakalingaha napumlingaha likitavati aham. Shamitam. Nityam ekavachanantaha eka shabdaha tatra. Tatrapi ekavachana eva. So ekam, ekena, everything is the same except for the first two, ekam and ekam. Because it is like kim, like that. So ekam, ekena, ekasmai, ekasmat, ekasya, ekasmin. Akaranta strilingaha nityam ekavachanam. Where is it in the? Is it eka? Is it akaranta or akaranta?
Akaranta, no?
It should be, no? Why have I written akaranta? I made lots of mistakes, Shamiram. It is still written in the Pravesha book. In page 214, if you look at it, it is written akaranta nityam ekavachanantaha eka shabdaha only.
In the book, it's written akaranta.
But that's, I think, because they did not break it up into different ones. In the Strilingam, it is eka only. So eka, ekam, ekaya, ekasyai, ekasyaha, ekasyaha, ekasyam. Again, just like the ka shabdaha. Ka, kekaha, just only the ekavachanam. Ka, kam, kaya, kasyai, kasyaha, kasyaha, kasyam. That's simple. Hopefully the eka shabdaha. Eka shabda, the declination should be easy. Okay. So atra abhyasaha. Let's do one anuvadam. It was done in Banu Mahodaya's class also, I think, and Surya Mahodaya's class too. So let's go in order and we'll do it. Prathamatya kaha. Rajashri Mahodaya. Let's try to first find which are the sentences, find the Mula Vakyam, then add on and make the full sentence. Okay. Mahodaya, are you on mute?
There is one boy in my class who's
Nashrunoti.
can you hear now?
Shruyate Mahoday.
There is one boy in my class whose name I do not know.
So how many sentences are there in that?
2.
2 sentences. First, do only the first sentence. There is one boy in my class. Okay. There is boy. Tat vakyam, moola vakyam. Kim asti?
Mama kakshayam ekah balakah asti.
Samyak. Mama kakshayam ekah balakah asti. Whose name I do not know?
Yasya namaha aham na janami.
Tatra, go back to page number 208. This is one of those things that everybody makes a mistake on, including me. Page number 108. Nakaranta napumsakalinga shabdaha naman iti. Tatra prathama vibhakti ekavachanam madhye pathatu kim asti?
Yasya nama.
Nama. Nama. There is no, the only time when the nama shabda comes with the visargaha, if you'll see, is in Panchami and Shashti, namnaha, and in our Bahuvachanam, in Tritiya, Chaturthi and Panchami. Those are the only places where the visargaha comes. Visargaha otherwise does not come in any other place. Similarly, we will have other also things where, like karma shabdaha, there are lots of these things where the visarga doesn't come in Prathama Vibhakti. We have to be careful. But nama is very used very widely. So be careful. Okay? Vadatu, sampurnataya vadatu.
Mama kakshayam ekah balakah asti. Yasya nama aham na janami.
Bahu samyak uttamam. Agre. Vijaya Sundara Mahodaya. Bhavan vadatu.
Namaste.
Teacher asked boy. Moolavakya. Teacher asked. Can you say that teacher asked?
Adhyapakah pruchati.
Adhyapakah pruchati. Adhyapakah kam pruchati?
Balaka.
Kam pruchati.
Kam adhyapakah.
Adhyapakah. Kaha pruchati? Adhyapakah pruchati. Kam pruchati. Who does he ask?
Ek balakah.
Balakam. Karma padam. Balakam pruchati. Tatra balakam. Kidrisham balakam.
Ekam balakam.
Punaha. Kidrisham balakam. That.
Sorry.
That one word. Punaha kidrisham balakam. Kaha taute? Tam tautan.
Tam ekam balakam.
Adhyapakah tam ekam balakam pruchati. Kim pruchati?
A question, I mean, Prashna. Tatra
prashnam va kimapi katham vadamah? What is it? Is it also an object?
Prashnam.
Prashnam. Adhyapakah. So now here there is a little bit of a confusion. This leads us to one more topic which will come later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the sampurnataya ekavaram tell the sentence, then I will explain. Okay. The sentence is Adhyapakah tam ekam balakam prashnam pruchati. Now the question arises, if you leave out that one, if you leave out the Visheshanani, Adhyapakah balakam prashnam pruchati. How many karma padas are there? There are 2. Balakam api asti. Prashnam api asti. Prashnam is not Visheshanam of balakam. Balakam is not Visheshanam of prashnam. 2 separate things. When I said before, you always look for Visheshanani and you see what is in the same Vibhakti and you find it. I said it, but I was wrong. Not wrong because there are these special categories of verbs. Okay. We will go more in depth as we go forward, but every time I want to give parichayam. Prichati. There are a few sets of verbs. Prichati and other things. So let me show it to you. Prichati. Okay. If you look at this prach, that is the dhatu. Let us look at this top thing. Can everybody see it here? at the top?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this one pracham iti, that is the what is the dhatu that is given dhatu pataha. We don't know about it, right? Right now, leave it. Nipsayam, that is basically to in order to understand. That is what is given in dhatu pataha. In Panini's dhatu pataha, where he explained the dhatu. So this stuff is basically taken directly from there. Tudadihi is the gana, which we will not go into yet. Hopefully, we'll have time to go into it later. Parasmai padi we know. It is pathati, prichhati, tadrisham. Anit I also, we don't know. You don't know. I also don't know. Kiradihi also we don't know. These are some extras. But this dvikarmakaha, look at this. Karma iti object. Dvikarmakaha. This is a verb which can take on two objects. It can take on two objects. Okay. There are a certain number of dvikarmaka dhatus that we already know. Suppose I say prichhati only. Prichhati we use all the time. Aham balakam prichhati. Aham balakam prashnam prichhati. Aham prichhami. Shamitam. Aham balakam prashnam prichhami. That is the most common dvikarmaka dhatu. As we see more dvikarmaka dhatus, we'll go on and do it. Okay. But there are, say, nayati. If we go into nayati. Okay. This one is, if you look at this is also a dvikarmaka dhatu. Nayati can also be your aham nayami. Aham syutam nayami. Aham syutam pathashalam nayami, to the school. Aham pathashalam syutam nayami. We've done it before many times, right? So dvikarmaka dhatus, some of them only. Anytime you are confused, am I going to make this as a karma padam, two karma padams or not? Go to ashtadhyayi.com and check, is it a dvikarmaka dhatu or not? And we'll do plenty of practice, especially when we go into karmani prayoga, where we go to passive voice. We should know these things. So as I keep giving you parichayam of these things, and when we come to that, you'll know it solidly by the time we get there. Okay. So dvikarmaka dhatu. But for now, it's just a basic understanding. So that it is not a visheshanam. Balakam, prashnam, they are not visheshanams of each other. There are two karma padams because prach, that dhatu, is a dvikarmaka dhatu. There is another way I can say this same statement. If you are going to get confused, close your ears. I can say also, I asked that question to that boy, of that boy. I can also use it in Chaturthi Vibhakti. Aham balakaya prashnam prichhami. That is also correct.
That's what I thought initially.
Exactly, that makes sense. But these special dhatus, those Chaturthi Vibhaktis can also be used in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Vikalpa Rupamasti, Chaturthi or Dvitiya. Okay? You are not going to be asked this in homework. You're not going to be asked this on a test. I'm letting you know right now. We will go more in depth later. Okay? Anybody is confused so far about Dvikarmaka dhatus? Only superficial parichayam. All good? Okay. All right.
Mahodaya, I'm not confused, but the translation, will it be like Adhyapakaha tam ekam balakam ekam prashnam prishtavan?
Tadapi samyak.
Okay, so
there you are saying, what are you saying? There you are saying the teacher asked that one boy one question.
Okay.
You're specifying one question.
Okay.
There, ekam is you're referring to the boy, and ekam you're referring to the question as well.
So but there is no harm using two ekam in front of their own visheshanam, visheshyam.
Not at all. It's perfectly
okay.
Perfectly fine. Correct. Okay. Very well done. Okay. Bhavati eva agrimam vakyam karotu.
I went with that one boy to eat lunch.
So I went. Mula vakyam.
Aham went. Gatavati.
Samyak. Aham gatavati.
Aham.
I went with boy.
With, so aham tena eke, I don't know, tena ekena balakena saha bhojanam kartum gatavati.
Samyak. Aham tena ekena balakena saha bhojanam kartum gatavati, bhojanartham gatavati, bhojanaya gatavati, khaditum gatavati. Bahu samyak. Uttamam. Bahu samyak. Everybody understood? There, aham gatavati, aham balakena saha gatavati, aham एकेन बालकेन सह गतवती अहं तेन एकेन बालकेन सह गतवती किमर्थं भोजनार्थम् एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड नो प्रॉब्लम बहु सम्यक् उत्तमम् अग्रे प्रिया महोदय भवती करोतु
I gave a book to that one boy. Aham dadami. Gave. Okay. Dattavati. Aham dattavati. Aham
किं दत्तवती
पुस्तकं दत्तवती अहं पुस्तकं दत्तवती अहं
कस्मै
तस्मै एकै बालकाय पुस्तकं दत्तवती
एकः शब्दः तत्र चतुर्थी विभक्ति जस्ट लाइक कस्मै जस्ट ऐड एकस्मै पुनः वदतु सम्पूर्णवाक्यम्
अहं तस्मै एकस्मै बालकाय पुस्तकं दत्तवती
hats off I would have gone aham tasmai ekasmai balakasmai pustakam dattavati very good balakaya it is not rhyming all the time you have to be careful ekasmai tasmai ekasmai balakaya pustakam aham dattavati bahu samyak uttamam any questions on that one no okay Vijay Mahodaya bhavan agrimam karotu
okay I got 50 rupees from that one boy for the book
first moola vakyam
these
what is the karta and what is the kriya you always get these Mahodaya
I'm wondering why
okay
I got aham
I received
स्वीकरोति स्वीकरोवान् स्वीकृतवान्
सम्यक् अहं स्वीकृतवान् अहं किं स्वीकृतवान् कानि स्वीकृतवान्
अहं 50 no 50
आम् रूप्यं रूप्यकाणि
ओके अहं 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्
सम्यक्
बालकात्
सम्यक् बालकात् अहं बालकात् 50 वा 50 एव वा 50 वा 50 एकनिमिष I got confused अहं 50
अहं बालकात् 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्
सम्यक् now add on one boy अहं
एकः from बालकात् बालकात् so एकस्मात्
सम्यक्
अहम् एकस्मात् बालकात् 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्
सम्यक् पुनः कीदृशात् बालकात् that boy
oh tasmat also has to come okay aham ekasmat tasmat balakat 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्
किमर्थं
पुस्तकं कृत्वा
कस्माय कस्यै कस्मै for what pustakaya you can say for the book
for the book okay pustakaya not for buying the book for the book okay for I was thinking buying the book we have to say okay
for the book is okay pustakaya for the reason is the book so the reason will come in chaturthi vibhakti
okay so I have to try one full sentence no
yes good go for it
aham ekasmat tasmat balakay 50 रूप्यकाणि sorry पुस्तकाय 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्.
सम्यक्. So अहं तस्मात् एकस्मात् बालकात् पुस्तकाय 50 रूप्यकाणि स्वीकृतवान्. बहु सम्यक्, उत्तमम्. You always get these. Okay. टीना महोदय भवती अग्रिमं करोतु.
One boy.
So what is the Moola Vakyam here? The name was Krishna.
Boy's name. Balakasya nama. Ekasya balakasya nama Krishnaha asit.
Samyak. Tatra punaha कीदृशस्य?
तस्य एकस्य बालकस्य नाम कृष्णः आसीत्.
बहु सम्यक्. नाम, not नामः, you correctly said. Very good. अग्रे प्रज्ञा महोदय भवती करोति वा अग्रिमम्?
I saw intelligence in that one boy.
प्रथमं I saw.
So I saw. Aham pashyami.
I saw. Bhutakaale.
I saw. Aham pashyami.
Aham drishtavati.
Ekasyam balakaya I saw intelligence. Chatura is intelligence.
Chaturam.
Chaturam. Aham ekasyam balakat chaturam drishtavati.
So there it is in one boy. So which vibhakti will it be?
Saptami.
Saptami. So in boy, how will you say?
Ekasyam balake.
But ekasyam or ekasmin, which is the lingam? Ekasmin, like kasmin. You have to take the kim shabdaha in pullinga. Kasmin. So ekasmin. Now that one boy. So what will you say? It rhymes to ekasmin.
Tena.
Tasmin. Tena is tritiya. So you want saptami. So tasmin ekasmin balake aham chaturam drishtavati. Aham intelligence krite kim anya, is there another word for it? Aham buddhim drishtavati. Chaturam drishtavati. Tadeva. Does that make sense, Mahoday?
Yes.
Can you say the whole sentence once more?
Aham ekasmin balakaya buddhim drishtavati.
Balakaya va. Balakaya bhavati dadati. Lekin ekasmin balake. Ekasmin balakena ityukte balakam dwara. Balakena saha tadrisham bhavati. Balake ityukte in that boy. Saptami vibhakti. Balake. Avagatavati ya?
Okay. Aham. Yes. I'll practice.
Chinta mastu. So aham tasmin ekasmin balake.
Tasmin ekasmin balake buddhim drishtavati.
Samyak. Uttamam. Bahu samyak. Dhanyavadah. Shamita Manurata Mahoday bhavati agrima abhyase prathamataya bhavati aramam karati. Idanim स्त्रीलिंगे नपुंसकलिंगे च वाक्यानि स्वकीयानि वाक्यानि रचयत इति अहं लिखितवती. तो अनुराधा महोदय भवती स्त्रीलिंगे in any vibhakti एकशब्दः उपयुज्य एकशब्दम् उपयुज्य किमपि एकं वाक्यं वदतु स्त्रीलिङ्गे विच विभक्ति यूज चतुर्थी विभक्ति
अहं चतुर्थीया एकस्यै बालकायै मालां ददामि.
बहु सम्यक्, बहु उत्तमं, बहु सम्यक्. So they will have exercises on this in the homework today when it comes up. So we'll move on a little bit to kati, okay? And kati shabdaha. I said we'll go into that now. So ikarantaha trilingeshu tatra saptami bahuvachanam. In all three lingas, bahuvachanantaha, using only the bahuvachana pratyayas from the sup, the 21, only the bahuvachana endings. Kati shabdaha, it is nitya bahuvachanam. Okay, kati is nitya bahuvachanam. Anytime you are asking a question, how many, you are going to ask it in plural. Whether or not the answer is in singular, it doesn't matter. But you are going to ask in bahuvachanam always. Kati also declines. Kati, katibhihi, katibhyaha, katibhyaha, katinam, katishu. Okay, it is almost like the ikaranta mati shabdaha, but it is bahuvachanam, so you have to remember kati, katibhihi, katibhyaha, katibhyaha, katinam, nadinam, katinam, nadishu, tatra matishu, hrasva ikaraha. So katishu. So you have to remember this hrasva ikaraha. That hrasva ikara is always there in everything except for shashti. In shashti it is dirgha, but everywhere else it is hrasva ikara because it is a hrasva ikara anta shabdaha. Okay, so kati, katibhihi, katibhyaha, katibhyaha, katinam, katishu. Okay, so now we'll ask some questions. Anuradha Mohade will go backward. Anuradha Mohade bhavati vadatu prathamam. Atra tu prashnam prishtva, we need to get whatever sthulaksharahi kimapi asti chet tadeva uttararupena agamaniyam. So can you ask the question?
त्रयः चमसाः सन्ति, कति चमसाः सन्ति?
कति चमसाः सन्ति? त्रयः. सम्यक्. उत्तमम्. Who was before her? It was Pragnya Mahode. Bhavati vadati va? Agrimam.
बालकः त्रीणि चमसान् आनयति. बालकः.
So this is in which vibhakti? Chamasan. Which vibhakti? Is it a balakah anayati? Balakah chamasan anayati. So is it a karma padam? It's an object, kalu?
Yes.
So it's in dvitiya vibhakti. So look back at the question. Dvitiya vibhaktyam kati iti. It is kati. So then you just simple, same thing. Pachatu.
Balaka kati chamasan anayati.
Samyak. Balakah kati chamasan anayati? Balakah trin chamasan anayati. Kimartham trin pullinge tri shabdah tri iti shabdah asti chet trayah trin iti bhavati. Dvitiya vibhaktyam trin. Okay. Agre Vijay Mahodaya va? Who was before you?
Dhanikah tribihi chamasaihi bhojanam karoti. Okay.
What is the meaning of that sentence?
3 spoons is using to eat food.
You see, those English movies and all, they have like 10 different utensils. So he's using 3 different spoons. Okay.
So tribihi chamsaihi. So it will become chaturthi, no? Chaturthi.
Chamasaihi. So tatra, what is it? Tatra dwara. Chamasam dwara khadati.
Oh,
chamasam upayujya.
Okay. The trini. Then
Tritiya.
Third vibhakti.
Tritiya vibhakti. Uttamam.
Tritiya vibhakti. Sorry.
Instrument.
So.
Dhanikah katibihi chamsaihi bhojanam karoti.
Katibhihi chamasaihi bhojanam karoti. Bahu samyak. So then you'll get the answer tribhihi. Uttamam. Agre ka, you guys know who's next? Who's was before Vijay? Vadatu Mahoday.
महिला त्रिभ्यः चमसेभ्यः 10 रूप्यकाणि यच्छति. महिला कतिभ्यः चमसेभ्यः 10 रूप्यकाणि यच्छति.
Samyak, what is the meaning?
With giving mahila with chamasebhyah
Kim yachati? Dadati.
10 रूप्यकाणि यच्छति.
10 रूप्यकाणि यच्छति. Kasmai? No chet kebhyah, for what?
चमसेभ्यः.
So the woman gives 10 rupees for 3 spoons. Tatra. Avagatam va? Agrika, who is next? Anybody remember who the, I don't remember the order anymore. Was it Vijay Sundaram Mahodaya or was it Manjusha Mahodaya?
I can try.
Okay.
जलाकारे त्रिभ्यः संशेभ्यः जलं निसरति.
I'll explain this. Jalam nisarati means the water flows. Jalakare in the fountain. So it flows from where? In the fountain, the water flows from where? Tribhyah chamasebhyah. There's a weird fountain which is made up of 3 spoons, and from those 3 spoons water is flowing.
Okay.
So what is the question you'll ask?
Kadibihi.
Katibihi. Yeah. What is the vibhakti here? Think about it. The water is flowing from. Hello.
Panchami vibhakti.
Samyak. Padanam. Kati.
Kadibhyah.
Samyak. Katibhyah. Most of the time it rhymes. Samyak. So jalakare katibhyah chamasebhyah jalam nisarati tribhyah chamasebhyah. Correct. Agre. Manjusha Mahodaya va anya kopi va?
Aham vadami. त्रयाणां चमसानां वर्णः शुक्लः. कतीनां चमसानां वर्णः शुक्लः?
सम्यक्. तत्र दीर्घ इकारः वा ह्रस्व इकारः वा?
दीर्घ. कतीनां.
सम्यक्. केवलं षष्ठी विभक्त्याम् एव दीर्घ इकारः. बहु सम्यक्. कतीनां चमसानां वर्णः शुक्लः त्रयाणां. What is the meaning of that sentence?
What are the colors? How many spoons have white color?
Samyak. 3 spoons are colored white. Uttamam. Bahu samyak. Agre kaha who's next?
Shukla is white color.
Shuklah. Shuklam baradaram vishnum shashivarnam chaturbhujam. Shuklah. Agre.
Also we say Sveta.
Sveta is also correct. I'll keep trying to increase our vocabulary because when I look it up also I'll add new words. Tadeva. Samyak. Agre Tina Mahodeva?
Karomi.
Karotu.
Trishu chamaseshu annam asti.
I made a mistake.
Saptami bahuvachan. So it will be katishu chamaseshu annam asti.
Uttamam. Tatra I made a mistake. Tatra eka tankana doshah asti. Kutra?
Annam.
Tatra anuswarah na karaniyam tatra makarah. Because it is followed by asti. Khalu. There is a swara there. So it should have been annam. Dhanyavadah. Annam. Uttamam. We make lots of mistakes. So we'll use that also as our abhyasam. to figure out my mistakes. Okay, so Rajashri Mahoday, you'll start the next one. Why don't you actually give me one Napumsakalinga Vakyam with question and answer? I think you can do it. You can use whichever, you can use answer, it can be in Ekam, Dve, Trini, anything. So give me a question and an answer. Give it to me in, can you do it in Dvitiya Vibhakti for me?
Mahodaya, I have one doubt. This one is it different for the each linga, Strilinga, Navuslinga?
For Kati? Kati no. Kati is the same in all the lingas. That makes
okay,
three.
Okay, three.
Trilingeshu.
Okay.
Trilingeshu. Rajashri Mahoday?
Bhavati kati pustakani pashyati. Aham trini pustakani pashyami.
Very simple it became, no? Okay, can you do it in Panchami for me?
Panchami katibhyaha.
You can use Griham.
Griham. Bhavati katibhyaha grihebhyaha jalam anayati. Aham panchabhyaha grihebhyaha jalam anayami.
Bahu samyak. You haven't learned, but you very good. So, okay. So, anybody have any questions on how to use Kati? It's not going to come in one day. It's not going to come in even 1 week. We have to do exercises on it. I don't know if it's there in the homework tonight, but if it's not there, we'll do more exercises next time. Next time we'll do Kiyat also, but we'll do more exercises on Kati also. But Kati is a very simple set of the declinations. It's only Kati, Katibhi, Katibhyaha, Katinam and Katishu. So when you do the homework, even though the Kati is not there, the answer, you assume that your statement, that whatever you're working on for homework is the answer, and make a question yourself. Okay. And if you have any questions on that, bring it into next class. But we'll do more abhyasam on this because I don't think the other classes got to Kati. So they will not put Kati in the homework for tonight. Okay. But you keep practicing. If you don't practice, you won't remember. Agre. Ikarantaha nityam dvivachanantaha dvi shabdaha. Ikarantaha ityukte kimartham ityukte dvi iti asti. Dva I. Tattu pullinge asti, strilinge asti, napumsakalinge api asti. Trilingeshu api bhavati. Kimartham ityukte visheshana padam asti. So in pulling, this one is very simple. In dvivachanam, we know it is, suppose we say pustakam. Pustakam in Tritiya, Chaturthi and Panchami, it will be pustakabhyam. Same way, dvabhyam. It is in across all three lingams, dvabhyam. For Tritiya, Chaturthi and Panchami. Then in Shashti and Saptami also, when you have pustakam, it becomes pustakayoho. So across the lingams, for Shashti and Saptami, it is dvayoho. Okay, so you literally have to remember only 4 different forms. The only difference happens in between pullingam, Strilingam and Napumsakalingam. Strilingam and Napumsakalingam, we have dve for both Prathama and Dvitiya. Dve mahile staha. Aham dve mahile pashyami. Dve pustake staha. Aham dve pustake pashyami. Dvau balakau staha. Aham dvau balakau pashyami. So the only difference there is dvau and dve. Okay. But the Prathama and Dvitiya forms are the same. Very simple to remember, dvi shabdaha. Okay, this one is done. 3 and for 3 and 4, it becomes a little bit confusing. But if you understand the pattern, it is also not too bad. Okay. Tritiya you'll usually find for anything except for Rama shabdaha. For 3 and 4, they're all going to be in Bahuvachanam. Okay, Ikaranta nityam bahuvachananta 3 shabdaha. Then you will also have the next one is also rephantaha chatur rephantaha nityam bahuvachanantaha chatur shabdaha. Both are only in plural bahuvachanam. They're all there in all the 3 lingams. Now look at how the pattern follows. Suppose we have anything except for akaranta shabdas, Every other shabda, when you see the tritiya vibhakti, usually will be bhihi, bhihi, bhihi in bahuvachanam. So tribhihi, chaturbhihi, pullinge, tribhihi, chaturbhihi. You have to remember, and in napumsakalingam also same, tribhihi, tribhihi. The only difference is in strilingam that sri will be added, tisribhihi. Okay, same way in chatasribhihi, it is not chatasr, it is chatasribhihi. Okay, then in these chaturthi and panchami also simple, tribhyaha, tribhyaha, because how do they end? They end pustakebhyaha, chaturebhyaha, all that, bhyaha, bhyaha, tribhyaha, tribhyaha. For napumsakalingam also tribhyaha, tribhyaha, chaturthi, panchami, same, chaturbhyaha, 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 chaturbhyaha. In pancham, pancha also, panchabhyaha, shadbhyaha, saptabhyaha, all of them, chaturthi and panchami. Saptabhihi, panchabhihi, all same pattern. Then in shashti, trayanam, ramanam, trayanam, chaturnam, chaturnam, you add chaturnam. Okay, then in the saptami, just chaturshu, rameshu, chaturshu, and then trishu, trishulingeshu, that you know already, trishu, chaturshu. Only difference comes when you add the strilingam, tisraha, tisribhihi, tisribhyaha, tisrinam, tishrushu. If you look at the endings though, bihi, bhyaha, bhyaha, nam and shu, all are the same. Okay, so you have to remember, if you can remember the prathama vibhakti forms of the different numbers, then declining it will become easy. Okay, usually prathama and dvitiya. So trayaha, trin. Everybody makes a mistake on trin. Don't make a mistake on dvitiya, trin. Dvitiya in chatur shabdaha, chaturaha. Dvitiya vibhakti is the hardest. Trin and chaturaha. Okay, and it is only the hardest for these two words. For ekam and dve it is easy. For pancha onwards it is easy because it is very simple. Pancha only is there. But for 3 and 4, constant mistakes made by me, made by everybody. So dvitiya vibhakti, pullingam only. If you look at it, let's do the pullinga words. Pullinge trishabdaha, trayaha, prathama vibhakti, trayaha balakaha. Aham trin balakan pashyami. Trin. Tribihi balakaihi saha gachami. Tribhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam dadami. Tribhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam swikaromi. Trayanam balakanam mitrani atra santi. Trishu balakeshu atmavishwasaha asti. So trayaha, trin, tribhihi, tribhyaha, trayanam, trishu. Main mistake in trin. Strilingam also, if you remember, just remember tisraha, everything becomes easy. Tisraha, dvitiya vibhakti also tisraha. Just like ramaha, rama, same thing. Tisraha, tisribhihi, tisribhyaha, tisrinam, tisrishu. Napumsakalingam becomes easy because we know trini. That's where we started. Trini, tribhihi, tribhyaha, trayanam, trishu. Okay, matter of memorizing. I cannot help you. You have to help yourself. Chatur shabdaha also. The main difficulty comes in dvitiya vibhakti, pumlingam. Everywhere else it becomes easy. So we'll do pullingam. Chatvaraha balakaha santi. Aham chaturaha balakan pashyami. Remember one sentence. If you remember one sentence, it will be easy. Chaturaha balakan pashyami. Chaturaha balakaha asti, different. Chaturaha balakan pashyami. Chaturbhihi balakaihi saha gachami. Chaturbhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam swikaromi. Chaturbhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam. Oh, sorry. Chaturbhyaha. Dhanyavadaha. Chaturthi vibhakti, chaturbhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam dadami. Danakriya. Then panchami, chaturbhyaha balakebhyaha pustakam swikaromi. Chaturnam balakanam mitrani atra santi. Chaturshu balakeshu atmavishwasaha asti. One simple sentence, if you remember, life will become very easy. It is Nitya Bahuvachananta. Strilingam is simple. Just like Tisraha, here it is Chatasraha. Please note, it is not Chatastraha. It is Chatasraha. Cha, ta, sakara, rephaha. There is no takara in the middle of the sa and the ta. Chatasraha. Because it's hard to see with this printing. It looks, is it Chatastraha or is it Chatasraha? It is Chatasraha. It is Tisraha, not Tistraha. Okay? No takara in the middle. Chatasraha, Chatasraha, Chatasribhihi, Chatasribhyaha, Chatasrabhyaha, Chatasrinam, Chatasrishu. So the same endings. Then Chatvari also we know. Chatvari, Chatvari, Chaturbihi, Chaturbhyaha, Chaturbhyaha, Chaturnam, Chaturshu. So hopefully the main thing is remembering Pullingam, Prathama and Dvitiya. If you remember those two, only for 3 and 4, your life is set with the Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas. Okay? Okay. Let us do this exercise. We'll never leave you, right? We have to do the exercises. Okay. We start with Rajashri Mahodaya. Can you do the first 2 sentences, please? Samaya asti khalo? Vadatu.
Grame yuvakaah asan. Ekasmin grame. Oh, you have to use the Sankhya Vachaka Shabda.
Correct. As a Visheshanam. So, Yuvakaha is what lingam?
Yuvakaha is Pullingam.
Good. So, 4 Chatur Shabdaha
Yuvakaha is Pullinga Bahuvachanam.
So, use 4 Chatur Shabdaha Prathama Bahuvachanam.
Chaturaha Yuvakaha asan.
Chaturaha Yuvakaha va.
Chaturaha Yuvakaha.
Chaturaha Yuvakaha ityukte smart boys. But I want 4 boys. Chatvaraha.
Chatvaraha.
Chatvaraha Chaturaha. So you have to remember that. For Trayaha Treen, Chatvaraha Chaturaha. So everybody repeat. For Trayaha Treen, Chatvaraha Chaturaha. Say that 4 times, please, on mute. Trayaha Treen, Chatvaraha Chaturaha. Trayaha Treen, Chatvaraha Chaturaha. That is the hardest part.
That is for Dvitiya, right? Dvitiya Bahuvachana.
Chaturaha is Dvitiya. Chatvaraha is Prathama. Chatvaraha Chaturaha. Trayaha Treen. So if you remember just those 2, everything else falls into place. Mahodaya vadatu Mahodaya. Sampurna Vakyam vadatu Rajashri Mahodaya.
Ekasmin grame Chatvaraha Yuvakaah asan.
I will also state one thing that the people make mistake on. You didn't make it. They'll say Ekasmin grame Chatvaraha Yuvakaha asan. Wrong. They will try to rhyme. Chatvaraha is already Bahuvachanam. Be careful. Okay. Agrimam Vakyam api.
Te api vividha shastrani. Should I do it?
No, bhavati eva.
Te api vividha shastrani jananti sma.
So this is Sankhya Shabdaha. That 4 is pointing to who?
Those 4 Yuvakaha.
Correct. So?
Te Chatvaraha api.
Samyak. Te Chatvaraha api vividha shastrani jananti sma. Ityukte kim?
All those 4 boys, Yuvakaha, they know all the Shastras.
Yeah, they know
different
Shastras. Samyak. Jananti sma. Sma ityukte kim? Sma ityukte past continuous. They used to know. They knew. They knew. Tadeva. Uttamam. Agre, who was next? I don't know the order anymore. And Preeti Mahodaya is not here. So shall we just go in any order? Okay. Tina Mahodaya, and you'll do next. Next 2. I'm just following the order on my screen. Okay.
Yuvakeshu Yuvakam Vihaya Ekam Yuvakam.
Samyak. But
Vihaya Anye Yuvakaha.
Kati Yuvakaha?
Traya
त्रयः मूर्खाः प्रथमतया कतिषु युवकेषु एकं युवकं विहाय अन्ये त्रयः युवकाः मूर्खाः आसन् कतिषु युवकेषु
एकम्
among how many boys leaving one boy three were fools
among 4
so संस्कृतेन वदतु
कति युवकेषु
so you want to use 4 in saptami bahuvachanam always bahuvachanam so chaturshu सम्पूर्णवाक्यं वदतु महोदय
युवकेषु
sorry there is no blank is it the blank is before see teshu chaturshu yuvakeshu can you see it mahoday
Yeah.
okay
teshu
युवकेषु
teshu chaturshu yuvakeshu
तेषु चतुर्षु युवकेषु एकं युवकं विहाय अन्ये त्रयः युवकाः मूर्खाः आसन्
explain that sentence to me अनुवादं करोतु
one among the 4 boys vihaya
means leave him out leaving out that one boy what do we know about the other 3
the 3 were murkha
the 3 were fools vihaya tatra lyap pratyah asti vihaya
one was not murkha
correct vihaya is a lyap pratyah it is lyabantam just like tvantam lyabantam leaving out after leaving out that one boy vihaya अन्ये सर्वे त्रयः युवकाः मूर्खाः आसन् अवगतम् अग्रिममपि पठतु महोदय
कदाचित् ते
दृश्यते वा
ओके कदाचित् ते वनमार्गेण एकेन वनमार्गेण गच्छन्ति स्म
so what were they doing sometime kadachit kadapi at sometime
margena one in forest marga means road so sometimes they go I don't know
वनमार्गेण so मार्गेण गच्छन्ति इत्युक्ते मार्गं द्वारा by a road so kadachit at some time te ekena vanamargena through one forest road they were going gachanti
तदा एकस्य वृक्षस्य
अग्रे the next person अग्रे कः विजयसुन्दरं महोदय भवान् करोति वा
आं महोदय वृक्षस्य अधः सिंहस्य मृतचारीं दृष्टवन्तः
तदा वृक्षस्य अधः अंडर द वृक्षः सिंहस्य मृतशरीरं दृष्टवन्तः मृतशरीरम् इत्युक्ते मृत इत्युक्ते
एनिमल
डेड मृत इत्युक्ते डेड शरीरः इत्युक्ते
डेड एनिमल डेड बॉडी
सिंहस्य मृतशरीरं दृष्टवन्तः so they saw the dead body of
एकं वृद्धस्य
वृक्षस्य is in which vibhakti
षष्ठी
so the eka should be in
षष्ठी
so
एकस्य वृक्षस्य एकस्य सिंहस्य मृतशरीरं दृष्टवन्तः
सम्यक् तदा एकस्य वृक्षस्य अधः एकस्य गुणशरीरं दृष्टवन्तः बहु सम्यक् अग्रे एकमन्यमपि ओके नेक्स्ट मंजुषा महोदय भवती करोति वा
आं महोदय मृतं सिंहं दृष्ट्वा चतुर्षु युवकेषु एकः युवकः उक्तवान् मित्राणि अस्माकं शास्त्रज्ञानस्य परीक्षणार्थम् उत्तमः अवसरः प्राप्तः
इत्युक्ते किं what is this
so when they saw the dead body of the lion among the four one young man told, oh my dear, oh friends, see we all this is the best time to test our knowledge of the shastra.
Bahu samyak. So mritam simham drishtva, after seeing the dead lion, chaturshu yuvakeshu, very nicely done, among those four boys, saptami bahuvachanam, among those four boys, ekah yuvakah uktavan, one boy said, mitrani, my friends, asmakam shastrajnanasya parikshanartham, in order to test our shastrajnanam, uttamah avasarah, a good opportunity has been found, has been obtained, praptah. This is in passive voice. We will learn this later. Uttamah avasarah praptah. It's called ta pratyaya. We'll come to it later. Uttamam. Agre. Vijay Mahodaya Bhavan karoti va?
Let's see the sentence. Okay.
Vayam
mantra shakti prayogena enam vrittam simham sajivam karyamaha iti.
So what does that mean?
With mantra shakti we can bring the simham sajivam karyama, we can bring it alive or make it alive.
Samyak sajivam, give its own life, we will make it live again. Tadrisham uttamam. Agre pathatu Mahoday.
Okay. Tat Shrutva Dve
va yuvakau.
Sorry, Dvau.
Uttamam.
Dvau yuvakau tasya vachanam angikritvantau.
Angikritavantau. What does it mean?
Tat Shrutva. Okay, hearing that two boys started
Angikritavantau. They embraced, they accepted.
Oh, Angikritvanto, okay. Vachanam Angikritvanto.
Kasya vachanam?
That vachanam which she said.
Let us bring that simham back to life. They agreed, they embraced it. They decided to agree with it. Tadeva.
Okay.
Continue.
Parantu buddhiman yuvakah tesham nirnayam na angikritvan. The intelligent boy did not agree to that sentence, whatever.
Correct. Buddhiman, tatra pratipadikam kim?
Buddhiman pratipadikam. Okay. Buddhi, intelligent boy. Buddhi, is it not pratik?
What is the pratipadikam? What is the moola shabdam?
Buddhimat.
Samyak. Takaranta buddhimat shabdah. Pullinga buddhimat shabdah. Can you decline it for me, Mahoday?
You.
It always comes to you. Buddhimat, buddhiman, buddhimantau, buddhimantaha.
Okay.
Anybody wants to do it? Anybody wants to decline buddhiman buddhimat shabdah? Anybody ready? Anybody knows it? Anybody wants to try? Give it a shot. Anuradha Mahoday bhavati karatu. Buddhimat shabdah.
I'll try. Buddhiman, buddhimantau, buddhimantah, buddhimantau, buddhimantam, buddhimantau,
Mataha.
Buddhi.
Mataha.
Mataha.
Ah.
Buddhimata. Buddhi. I remember only the first.
Buddhimadhyam.
Buddhimadhyam. Buddhimadbihi, I think.
Samyak.
Then Buddhimate. Buddhimadhyam. Buddhimadbhyah. Buddhi. This will be Buddhimataha. Buddhimadhyam. Buddhimadbihi.
Buddhimadbyah.
Buddhimadbyah, sorry. Then Buddhi Mataha. Buddhimatyoho.
Buddhimatoho.
Buddhimatoho. Buddhi. This is what am I doing? Sixth case. Buddhimati Nama.
Bhavatam khalu.
Bhavatam. Sorry, not using my brain. Bhavatam. So Buddhi Matam.
Samyak.
Then seventh will be Buddhimati.
Buddhimati.
Buddhimatoho.
Bhavatsu.
Bhavatsu. So Buddhimatsu.
Samyak. Buddhimatsu. Sorry to put you on the spot, Vijay Mahodaya and
No, thank you so much. Please do this as much as possible. That way I, because my memory is so low, no?
No, not just you, everybody. All of us.
Really? I have to practice like 100 times to.
That is why I thought this was a good opportunity to practice, because we had just learnt it.
Yes.
Sorry, Vijay Mahodaya.
No. Okay, I don't know how people remember so much.
No, I think we keep doing it like this, no? Then it will come. So now, hopefully, 1 or 2 new forms have stuck in your head. Next time we'll do it again, more forms will stick. Like that only we can do. No other option. So, Agre, who's next? Anuradha Mohati, Bhavati eva karotu. Agrimam vakyam.
Sure. Parantu buddhiman yuvakah tesham nirnayam na angikritavaन्. Sah taan त्रीनपि सुहृदः उक्तवान्. भोः कृपया येनं सिंहं मा जीवयन्तु. यदा सः प्राणान् धारयति तदा अस्मान् चतुरः अपि मारयति.
Bahu Samyak. You got the hard one. Very good. So, can you explain what he's saying?
So the children, 1 minute. So the fourth one, the Buddhiman person, he says, I don't accept this argument. In case if we make it alive, then he will eat us up.
Very good. So there we have to be careful. Mahodaya, you did it beautifully. The Dvitiya Vibhakti forms. So Sahatan Treen api. Treen tatra Sankhyeya Shabdah asti. Treen ityukte tatra Yuvakan. Sahatan Treen Yuvakan api Suhridaha Uktavan. Suhridaha ityukte, this is a Visheshanam for Saha. Suhridaha means very sweetly. Suhridaha, from the sincerely. Uktavan. Boho Ripaya Enam Simham Ma Jivayantu. He's telling them. Jivayantu is Bhavantaha Ma Jivayantu. Yada Saha Pranan Dharayati. When he Dharayati, it's beautiful Sanskrit. When he wears his life again. Dharanam.
Beautiful Sanskrit.
Yaha Saha Pranan. Pranan ityukte his breaths, all his different forms of life. Pranan Dharayati. Tada Asman Chaturaha api Marayati. Asman Chaturaha Yuvakan. Chaturaha, there also Sankhyayaha. Asman Chaturaha Yuvakan api Marayati. So Chaturaha, there is Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Chaturaha. Not Chaturan. Asman Chaturan is usually what we want to say. It is Chaturaha. Because Chaturaha Chaturaha is Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Very good. Beautifully said.
One question.
Vadatu.
Why are we saying Jivayantu? That is a Bahuvachan, right?
Bhavantaha. So Kripaya, he's talking to the other 3 Yuvakas. And he's saying...
Okay. Not to do with the lion. Okay.
No. Jivayantu, there is nich. Nich means to cause. It's a causative verb. Do not make it become alive. Do not cause it to become alive.
Yeah. But I thought cause it to make that one lion alive, right?
But who is causing
Oh, four. Okay.
The kartas there are the 4 boys, the 3 boys there. He's talking to the other 3 boys. So he's saying bhavantaha trayaha api etadrisham ma kurvantu. Kim ma kurvantu? Simham ma jivayantu iti. Bhavantaha ma jivayantu tadeva. Samyak, uttama prashnah.
So,
Agregat.
Mahodaya, one other question. You said this answer here is Sankhyayaha. Why? I mean, is it not?
Because it is not that it is 4 hanging by itself. That 4 is pointing to the yuvakas.
So everywhere it is that, right?
Correct. We are only right now dealing with Sankhya Shabdaha. We are not dealing with Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha. They call it Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha, but we are actually dealing with Sankhyayas.
Okay.
It is a fine point, fine difference. That's all. Just as we reiterate and restate the same thing, it will go more into our heads. That's the point of the thing. Okay. Priya Mahodaya, bhavati karoti va agrim?
अतः एतम् उद्यमं परित्यजन्तु इति. Effort.
Correct.
Therefore, drop the effort.
Samyak. Parityajantu. So who is the karta there?
All 3 of them.
Very good. Bhavantaha parityajantu. Uttamam. Agre.
Parantu three.
Read the full sentence.
Parantu api murkaha tasya vajanam na shrutavantah.
So murkaha. Kidrishaha murkaha. Kati murkaha.
Trayaha.
Samyak. The trayaha is pointing to the murkaha there.
Parantu trayaha api murkaha tasya vajanam na shrutavantah.
Samyak. There if you would say 3, that would mean it would be 3 in vachanani. It would have become the 3 words. But we want it to be the prathama. So trayaha murkaha. Agre api patatu Mahodaya.
Singham jivayitum arabhanta.
Arabhanta. So arabhate arabha. This is in langlakara. Okay. So vandate avandata avandetam avandanta. So avandata avandetam. So arabhata arabhetam arabhanta. So it is langlakara bahuvachanam. Arabhanta. They started. Is that okay? Is everybody okay with that? Okay. Okay. Simham jivayitum arabhanta. Okay. Next agreka. Who has not done chamyatam? Kopi vadatu please. I don't know who it is. Who has not done? Someone speak. Who's going next? Okay, Manusha Mahodaya, bhavati karoti.
Me bagini?
Karotu.
Tada buddhiman yuvakah samipastam ekam vriksham aruhya upavishtavan.
Samyak. Okay. Samipastham. Tatra, that is a samasta padam. Samipa sthitam. Samipe yad sthitam vriksham. So samipa stham. You don't have to worry about it. It's just to understand. Samipa stham ekam vriksham. What does it mean, Mahodaya?
Near the tree which is nearby.
Samyak. Kim kritavan yuvakah?
Vriksham aruhya. The man climbed the tree and sat on it.
Very good. The intelligent boy. Ekamanyam api.
I will do Mahodaya. Mahodaya, I will do.
Avadatu.
Aham karomi.
Karoti.
Tatah tesham trayah yuvakanam mantra prayogena siha pranan adharat.
Katinam yuvakanam Mahodaya. Katinam. Trayanam. It is a visheshanam for the yuvakanam. So it has to be
three men.
Of the 3 men. So Trayanam
yuvakanam mantra prayogena siha pranan adharat. Because of the efforts of the 3 men, the lion sprang back to life.
Very good. Very good. Okay. One last sentence. Who has not done? Kopi vadatu. Who wants to do? Anybody?
Karami. Nitaram Bumukshitah Saha Jatiti Eva Tan. Okay.
Tan Yuvakan Amarayat. Tan.
Okay, three Yuvakana. Three Yuvakan. Okay. Amarayat. Okay. Tan three, then Tribhyaha is.
Which is this? What vibhakti is this?
Tribihi? No.
What is this vibhakti?
Kan, okay. This is Tritiya.
Is it? Tan.
No, Dvitiya Bahuvachan.
Dvitiya
Bahuvachan. So it will be Trin.
Samyak.
Okay. So Nitaram Bumukshitah Saha Jatiti Eva Tan Trin Api Yuvakan Amarayat. Okay, it killed all the three.
So that Nitaram Bhubukshitah is describing the Saha. Saha kaha?
Simha.
Saha Simha. Kidrishaha Simha?
Bumukshit, hungry.
Nitaram Bhubukshitah. Always hungry.
Always hungry.
Nitaram, that is this one, Avyaya Padam. So Nitaram Bhubukshitah Saha Jhatiti. That is also Avyayam. Fast, quickly, immediately. Jhatiti eva tan treen api yuvakan amarayat. He killed those three. And that smart boy got saved. Tadevasti. So we have one quiz left and we did not do the Sarva Shabdas. So we'll do the Sarva Shabdas next time. And we'll do the quiz and this Bhuta Sankhya. I want to do that next time. We'll take some time and do this. This is very interesting. So we'll do this Bhuta Sankhya and we'll continue on next class. Okay. And we'll do this Sukti also that I had prepared for Anvaya Rachna. I always prepare too much. We'll get into it next time. Okay. All right. Kopi Shanti Mantram vadati va? Vijay Mahoday Bhavani vadati va?
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, no? Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Dhanyavadaha. Hopefully everybody understood everything we spoke about today. I introduced some different concepts, that Dvikarmaka, that Sankhya, all those different things. So hopefully it was understood. If it was not, please message, I'll respond immediately. So anytime.
Dhanyavada. Very
Dhanyavada. I have a question not related to this class, but a general question.